Stephanie Goldklang. Say hello, Stephanie!
Oh, it is so awesome to be here. My boyfriend just broke up with me. I know. I met him on a Jewish app, Christian. That was his name. Yeah. He felt the need to write that to me when we first met. He's like, I just want you to know I'm not Jewish. Like, what gave it away, Christian? I was so excited because growing up as a young girl in Hebrew school, I used to dream of a nice Catholic boy, a cross gently dangling in my mouth. But let me just tell you, the reality is so different than the fantasy. He was like gone before he came. Well, he did that and then he left. So I'm forced to go back on the dating apps in my 40s. I just go on to see what's left. Not a lot, okay? These guys have completely given up. They don't even have photos of themselves. They just sad landscapes. I'm like, should I date Central New Jersey? I mean, perhaps, because like I said, the inventory there's not a lot of inventory. I start swiping on the dating app, they're a mile away, and then like after 5 minutes, I'm forced to look at what's been shipped in for the night at Newark Airport. But this pilot, he texted me, he's like, you're cute. I'm like, oh, thanks. Oh my gosh, he likes me. Doesn't take a lot. Then he asked me to meet him for a drink at his hotel at like 11 p.m. on a Tuesday night. I mean, can you believe the nerve, 11 p.m. on a Tuesday night? The worst part was in the Uber on the way there. My driver just kept asking me all these annoying questions. He's like, what terminal? I'm like, no. I said Newark Airport Comfort Inn. He's like, what are you doing there? I'm like, I don't know, hopefully some sort of layover. But mind your own business, okay? Because I have a date. Normally, I'm just sitting at home, stalking exes on Venmo. Anybody? Yeah. I know, you just follow the emoji trail, put it all together, you see what they're up to. Just a little light stalking. I think I learned it from my mom. She's the original stalker. Like, I'll go out on a date, and my mom I'll just give her like 3 random facts, like Jared, Doctor, Jericho, New York. She calls me up. She's like, Steph, I was on this site, Lindekin. I'm like, it's actually LinkedIn, Mom. Let me just ground you in the fact that she's 75, never worked, and doesn't know how to upload a photo, so it's just a faceless Ellen P. Goldklang in Rockville, Maryland. And she's like, I found Dr. Jared Cohen, he's adorable. Needless to say, I didn't get a call back from the guy. I mean, would you if you had a crazy Ellen Goldklang staring at you? When I'm not stalking men, I like to go out to Jersey to visit my nephews. They're 5 and 7. They remind me a lot of the men that I date. They're very excited to see me, and then the next day are like, what are you still doing here? Like, I said to the 7-year-old the other day, I was like, I love you. And you know what he said back to me? He said, thank you. And it was like he wanted to keep going. He's like, I don't know, there's a couple ants in my life. I'm just not ready to commit. It's not you, it's me. Actually, I'm just in it for the Legos. See how it just gets worse? I hear my sister say things to them like, if you don't have 2 more bites of burger and fries, you're not getting dessert. I'm like, God, I would love to be threatened by food. I've been on Jenny Craig a long time. Anybody? No? Everyone looks great in here. The portion sizes really belong in like a dollhouse. Currently, I'm enjoying the fish and chip. Just 1 chip. I had to give up a lot to be with Jenny Craig. I had to end a long-term relationship with Pick-a-Bagel. Anybody? That magical place on every street corner in New York. I would order like a 7-grain or a whole grain, something grain, because it made me feel like, yeah, you can also ingest a pound of cream cheese with it. Right. I mean, just the other day I got an email, subject line, we miss you. I'm like, oh my gosh, is this from my ex and his dog? And I read it, and it was signed Pick-a-Bagel. Can you imagine them in corporate at Pick-a-Bagel in Manhattan? Our Q2 results are down. Wait. There's a Stephanie Goldklang. Get an email out to her. She'll get us out of the red. I had an interesting New Year's. I sat home alone. My parents called me. They were on their way to a party. They called me from the Bluetooth. They're like, Steph, we're going to the Fleischmann's. What are you doing? I'm like, I'm sitting, at home, gonna have a cozy night at home. My mom's like, that's great, that's great. And then they think they've hung up the phone, and I just hear her say, Howard, I think she's gonna die alone. Like, still here. Anyways, that's my time. I'm Stephanie Goldklang. Thanks.